If you have ever looked at your makeup and wondered why it does not ever come out looking nice, then my dear, that question is about to end because your makeup game is about to level up. In this video, I am going to be showing you all the tips and tricks and the techniques you need to get your makeup looking good. Whether you're a beginner, you've been doing your makeup for a while, or you just want it to look better, this video is going to help you. You need a mixing pan. For so many things, you mix your foundation, to mix your concealer, to mix your lip application product. So always clean your mixing surface with a wet, clean wipes. The first step in any full glam makeup routine is to correct any dark spots. Now, if you have hyperpigmentation, what you're going to use in correcting that is an orange corrector. The one I'm using today is from the Ferrarici Professional Concealer Palette. I'll take my brush, go in a little, and apply on the areas I need some correction. Guys, look at my face. I already moisturized it, that moisturizer. You can check my video on how to prep your skin so you can get even smooth base for your makeup application. So I have hyperpigmentation around the corners of my eyes and around this part of my face. So I'm just going to correct those areas so that I do not use too much concealer in trying to even out my skin. And now you can see that my under eye pigmentation is not as obvious as before. Before using your beauty sponge on any cream product, make sure your sponge is damp. A damp beauty sponge will give you a better finish for your wet product like foundation, concealer, color corrector. So always make sure that your beauty sponge is damp and not wet. A damp beauty sponge is the one that when you squeeze, there is no liquid coming out of it, but it is damp. It's damp. You can look at my palm, you can see some wetness there. But when I squeeze it, no liquid is coming out. I'm squeezing with all my might. No water is coming out. That's how you will know that your beauty sponge is damp. So I'm using my Ezekiel foundation, which I already put here, and I'm using this Adventure concealer. It has a reddish undertone, which I really like. So I'm going to mix these two together to get my foundation shade. So I mix the two together because the concealer has my undertone, which is warm, and the foundation has my skin shade. When you're applying your foundation, don't start from somewhere here. Start from the middle of your face. So if it's too much, you can easily spread these other areas. Guys, you can see the match. When you're applying your foundation, do not drag, push it in. That's why you should use a damp beauty sponge. Can you take a moment to appreciate the glow coming from the inside of my skin? This is because of the skin prep I did earlier. When you prep your skin very well, you will see you would get a very even, glowy finish in your makeup application. So always prep your skin. And now that I'm satisfied with the results of this side of my face, I'm going to go on the next side of my face. So I'll take my beauty sponge again, take a bit of it, then I go in from this side of the face. Guys, can you see my face? It looks like I did not apply anything on my skin. Don't take your foundation and pump it on your skin. That's wrong. You're going to use more product than you're supposed to use, and you're going to find it very hard blending it out. And also, don't just take too much foundation on your skin. Just build coverage step by step. If you apply and you don't like the coverage, you want more coverage, you can go in again and build another layer of the foundation. You get it? Now I'm done with my foundation. Guys, you can see my face looks very even and it doesn't feel like there's anything on my face. Guys, if you notice, I am not taking my foundation all the way to my hairline, and I do not take my foundation to the inner corner of my eyes because I'm still going to apply concealer there. So I do not want too much product in the inner corner of my eye. When I'm done blending out everywhere, I'm going to take whatever I have left on my beauty sponge and go over those areas. So now I'm going to go into my inner corner to the under of my under eye. Yeah, like I want more coverage here. I'm going to go into that area again. So the next step is to go in with contour. The rule for contouring is to go either one shade darker or two shades darker. You're going to take little by little. When you're contouring, it should go from your hairline into your face. Now I'm going to use whatever I have left on my sponge to go around the perimeters of my face. Contour brush, so I'll use this. Take the dry contour and I'll apply it on everywhere I apply my cream contour. For blush application, it is used to bring warmth to the face. Now, when you're applying your blush, it is very important that you go easy. Don't take too much when you're starting out because blush can easily spread, and when it spread, it will take a lot for you to tone down all of that. So go in with a few amount of blush first, and then start to put it on the hollow of your cheek, on the high point of your cheek, then blend into your hairline. Take a bit of it and apply on the tip of your nose, a bit around your forehead, and when you're done applying, go over it with a brush to make it even. That's all there is for blush, and that's for cream blush. Now for powder blush, you can go in with a pink, orange, or red shade or wine shade depending on your complexion. I'm using the mixture of the pink and red shade because that's the vibe I wanted. I'm going to apply it on everywhere I applied the cream blush before, and then blend it in with my angled brush. You can also use a blush brush. There's a blush brush which gives a more lighter, softer finish on your blush application. Please don't forget to drop your questions. Any question you have so far, please drop it in the comment section and I'm going to answer all of them. When it comes to highlighting, that is applying your concealer, it is very easy, but some people tend to make mistake with this. Now it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for a really bright under eye, they advise that you use at least 3 shades lighter. If you're going for a really bright under eye, but if you're going for a moderate highlight, you can use 2 shades lighter or a shade lighter. For this particular video here, I use for the inner corner of the under eye, I use 2 shades lighter. For the outer corner, which is the one I'm applying now, I use just 1 shade lighter. You're wondering why I am using 2 different concealer shades? That's because you want the
outer concealer to be close to your skin tone. So when you blend, it's going to give a very soft, natural flow into your foundation. You don't want your blush looking, you don't want your highlighter looking harsh, you don't want it looking like River Jordan, and your foundation looking like River Benue. You want everything to blend like a circumference, like a not circumference, but you want everything to blend. You should understand what I'm saying. So you're going to use 2 different shades of concealer when you're doing your under eye areas, and then make sure you blend. Your beauty sponge should be damp and not wet, so that you can have a really good finish. Now while you're doing the corners of your nose, you want to use your hand to push it a bit forward, so you can blend the concealer into that area without leaving anything under. And then for the under, when you're blending the under eye, always make sure that you look up a bit, don't look down. Either you look up a bit or you look straight ahead when blending, so that you don't cause any creasing. If you're looking down, the motion is going to make the skin there to fold, and when it's folding, the concealer is going to fold and form a line. And if you leave that line and you want to set your face, it's going to cause creasing, breaking at the end of the day. After you're done blending your concealer, your contour, your blush, the next thing you're going to do is to use a setting spray rather, to go in and let that air dry, so that it gives your makeup a very good finish. And then before setting, you're going to blend the under eye area again, so that if there's any crease that has formed, you will take that out, because once you set your face, there is no going back again. Now, one tip I always do is to prevent my setting powder from falling out. I always tap on the lid before opening, that way it prevents waste. Now I'm going to use this powder puff, this V powder puff. Take a bit of the setting powder, dab it at the back of your hand before going into your under eye area. You don't want to set with too much powder, you want to go in with as little powder as you can to get it looking good. I'm very sorry that my power was never took light, so we had to continue like that. I'm sorry guys, please manage with me. So back to the setting. Don't forget that you're not going to be taking too much powder. Take a bit, dab it at the back of your palm, and then you go in all over every area you have applied your concealer. After you're done setting the face, the next thing you want to do is to go all over your face with your powder shade. You're going to take the powder that matches your exact complexion. It shouldn't be darker, it shouldn't be lighter. And you're going to go over everywhere except the direct under eye. You're going to go over every part of your face, even where you applied your contour. Take the powder over all those areas, especially the place where your highlighter and your contour meet, so as to make it balanced. So now we are going to be baking. Baking means when you're taking a lot of powder to your under eye area, so that's where you did your concealer. So the essence of baking is to make the under eye area, pop more and give it a very long lasting look. So you're going to use your setting powder and use your beauty sponge or your brush or this powder puff to take powder and then apply it all over the area. It's also important to bake because it's going to help you catch any eyeshadow fallout, so you don't have stains on the eye. Now for your smile lines, if you don't want to have smile lines, just put some air in your mouth and then you use your powder puff to set all of that area. Also, don't forget to set your brow bone area where you applied concealer as well, so that it doesn't break. And then you can also take a bit of the setting powder with a brush to go all over your eyebrow to give it a more long lasting look. So you can see that the powder in my under eye area is a lot. That's because I bake. Now as I'm doing my eyeshadow, I'm not going to be worried about the eyeshadow falling and staying in my eye. When I'm done, I'll just use my brush to clean it out. Now after cleaning, don't forget to reverse contour to get your contour looking sharper and more defined. Now I'm sure that once or twice you've been in a situation where you're trying to line your lower eye area and then you start tearing up. Now the trick I always use, that always works for me, is to go in step by step. When you apply and you're getting teary, kindly pause, suck in your breath like this, and the tears will go away. You can also look up or look left to right, don't look down. When applying your lashes, please don't forget that you're supposed to measure your eyes. Every lash will not fit your eye space perfectly. So measure it, cut it, apply your glue and tweak it, like move it left to the right so as to make the lashes flexible. And when you're fixing your lashes, take your mirror down and then apply the lashes on top of your top of your own natural eyelashes. Use your fingers or your tweezers to press it to your own natural eyelash so that it doesn't have any space. And also don't forget to line your upper eye, that's tight line, before you apply your lashes so that you don't have this gap in between the two.
Now that we are done with every other step, the next step is to take out the excess setting powder. Use a brush to sweep this out. If you enjoyed the video, kindly give it a thumbs up. And now for the final key step, you have to finish your makeup properly. So once you're done with every other thing, you have to go in with a setting spray. Take the spray, it's usually water based, so what it's going to do is going to help that powder to blend into your skin very well, to keep your makeup looking flawless and airbrushed. And once that is dried down, you're going to use a finishing spray. A finishing spray is going to make your makeup last. It's alcohol based, and that's why it helps your makeup to last long. So when you're spraying it, take your hand a bit far from your face, spray that, and that's all. So you can just go on and do your lip, apply your highlighter, and voila, your full glam makeup is done. Guys, I'm promising you that if you follow every step, or at least follow most of them, your makeup is going to turn out looking great all day long. So guys, I hope this video has been able to help you with one or two areas you're struggling with makeup, and if it's everything, this makeup is going to be your guide. So whenever you forget everything, you can just come back to it. And thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Please like, comment and subscribe.